Hello everyone, welcome to CivilPrep. I'm Krishna Gupta. So we will see that this is another program that is MentorQuest at the rate 500. This program it has quite basic features. Number one, there are live discussions of geography questions and answers. Number two, here we'll be saying that the questions they are based on number one, research and analysis of trend of questions recently asked in UPSC exam. Number three, here we'll be seeing that the major focus it will be given on models, theories, laws, and perspective, which is based on geography optional. Number four, the program it will also include certain cases and case studies of recent times, which will be contemporary in nature. Now, what will be the major outcomes here? Number one, if we look at the issues part, I have seen a lot of students who have very high knowledge with respect to geography, but still, when we see the result is quite not good. The question here is why? The issue here it is that number one, practice of answer writing is missing. Number two, analysis of contemporary with static part. It is also missing. Number three, use of recent examples and case studies. Recent examples and case studies, it is also missing. Now, apart from this, hello Priti, welcome to the session. Okay, I think others might be joining soon. I'll just notify in the group also. Now, this is another program where we will seeing that the questions are being made. Basically, this is the program MentorQuest at the rate 500. So here the live discussion of questions of geography along with their answers will be seen here. The questions here, they are framed very much handcrafted, and they are made on the basis of research and analysis of trends of questions which have been recently asked in UPSC exam. Plus, a major emphasis have also been given on the past questions which have been previously asked. Focus what we will be doing here, we'll be trying to interlink most of the things with the recent models, theories, laws, perspective, which are present in geography optional. Then the program part here will be saying that the cases, the case studies, which are seen in the recent times, okay, not of 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, but recent times, 6 months to 8 months or 1 year. Those will be given the major emphasis, which are majorly contemporary in nature. Outcome, we will see that it is first we'll need to address what are the issues of students. So when I talk about the issues, the students have knowledge. A lot of knowledge is with them, but when we want to apply something, there comes the hurdle. So it is majorly on the part of application. When we want to apply something, there is certain hurdles. So why these hurdles are? This is the major question for us today. Number one, the practice of answer writing. It is quite missing here. See, when we do foundation classes or we self-study, we study a lot, we make notes, but we do not attempt answer writing. This is one of the thing which is missing by almost 95% of aspirants. When we talk with them, yes, they know things, but when we ask them to write answer or to apply certain things, so there either they take very long time. This is also one of the issue. Long time to think, analyze, recall, then they put it into an answer. Then after writing answer, we see that here models, theories, laws, and perspective. These things which are very much important along with case studies. They are completely missed out. Okay, either they are completely missed or they are used in a minimum format. Because of their minimal use, whatever the marks which are achieved by them, it is below average, or we can say average. Because of these issues, majority of the students, they fail to look at one of the most potential subject. I'm saying most potential subject of geography optional, okay, which has capacity to give 350 plus marks. Okay, this I am saying as not the maximum. Maximum is 380 marks. Okay, I am taking just 350 plus marks in geography optional. So therefore, this program is designed in such a way that number one, will be covering 500 questions. Okay, for the students who are appearing for mains 2025. Next thing, with this program, the students who are appearing for mains 2026, they will be mains ready. That is, they just need to move forward for the tests and they need to have a compilation of case studies. That's it. They do not need to go for a very comprehensive program or rigorous program. They just need to write test. They need to improve on case studies, and yes, by writing test and including case studies, they will be having a better models, theories, laws, and perspective, and their application in the answers, which become a steel frame for optionals. Okay, Priti has asked one question here. Okay, sir, should I attend MentorQuest 500? Yes, you should definitely attend MentorQuest 500, because this is one of the program which will actually boost your preparation. See, we are in the era where we have a lot of knowledge, we have a lot of resources by which we can easily work for the foundation part. Okay, but when we study foundation and we apply this knowledge of foundation in answer writing, it is quite difficult. Okay, so to make it easy, we are moving for this live class. Okay, live we are writing questions, discussing questions, live we are writing answers and discussing them, so that we have a comprehensive knowledge of what to use, what not to use, whatever models, theories, laws you know. Okay, you can apply them, and what you don't know, I will be helping you to apply them in writing answer. So this program is one of the part where you have little knowledge of foundation also, you can gather a very high command over the geography optional subject. So this is one of my promise which I can do. I can ensure that when the last class of this MentorQuest it will be completed, you will be having a very good knowledge, a good command over the geography optional. And when you will be appearing for this exam or next exam, okay, means 2025 or means 2026, you will be aptly and very easily applying all the knowledges in the answer writing. Okay, Priti? Okay, sure. Now, let's move forward. Now, the design of the course, it is done in such a way that we see that there are a lot of topics we have. For example, physical geography, human geography, and Indian geography. Now, in this part, what we see that we have certain areas, for example, which are very important. That is physical geography, which is consisting of physical phenomena, physical processes. Then human geography, which is having certain paradigm changes. For example, there is perspective, there is economic geography, there is population geography, settlement geography, there is regional planning, there is models, theories, and laws. Now, this part of human geography, which we need to discuss first, it becomes the foundation. It majorly becomes the foundation of geography optional. Now, to build this foundation, we need to work on perspectives, models, theories, laws, and cases. Therefore, I have designed this program in such a way that we'll be starting from perspectives and models, theories, and laws. Why? Because we will be using all these theories, all this knowledge in writing answers in paper 1 as well as paper 2. Now, this is the major part. See, what I have seen that majority of the students, they have very good command over physical geography, because in physical geography there are certain phenomena, there are certain we can say scientific phenomena, scientific techniques which are being done. Okay, which students can learn easily, they can grasp easily, and they do quite well in physical geography part. Though their human geography is not that good, but we have total we can say total 8 questions. So out of 8 questions, there is attempting of 3 questions from paper part 1 and 2 questions from part B. Okay, so in this way, there is a quite escaping from human geography. So they can gain good marks over physical geography. But when it comes the part of paper 2, here what we see that these perspective models here is in laws, then they are missing. Why? Because the human geography, it was not strong, because it was not strong, it was missing in paper 2. Therefore, very good students who almost they score 135, 125, 140 marks, even 150 marks in paper 1, they score less than 100 marks in paper 2. So this is one of the major issue which is seen by 95% of geography optional students, because they are not able to apply the concepts of paper 1 in paper 2. Okay, so therefore we need to have an almost equal emphasis on the development of paper 1 and paper 2. We will be studying everything here. Okay, for example, physical geography, human geography, and we will be applying all these concepts in the Indian geography. Now, this is the major focus area here. Okay, I have seen a lot of students. Okay, my students who have cleared prelims, but they were struggling. Okay, they were struggling to work on the paper 2. Okay, they were not able to gain a bare minimum mark so that they can appear for interview because of paper 2, because of lack of knowledge in paper 2 here. Okay, so thus to overcome this knowledge, to overcome this part, we will be looking at certain points, certain things which are quite important for us to understand the this particular program. Okay, now if I want to see one of the topics here, if I want to look at one of the topics which will help us to understand, which will help us to understand the nature of the program. So here we'll be starting with uh, just give me a minute. What I will do here, I'll share certain information with you. What we have seen here that in last 15 years, I have made a geography optional trend with respect to questions here. What we have seen that number one, when we talk about physical geography, a number of questions have been asked from geomorphology, which is almost 90. Now, when I talk about geomorphology part, I will see here that a vast number of questions have been asked from factors controlling landform, which is almost 4. Okay. Then next thing we will see here that we have endogenetic and exogenetic forces, which combinedly give 2 questions. Then we have origin of Earth's crust, which have 1 question in last 15 years. Then we have fundamentals of geomagnetism, which have 2 questions. And these 2 questions they were asked in 2020 and 24. Okay, so they were recently asked. After this, we have physical conditions of Earth's interior, where we have just 1 question. Then we have geosynclines, having 1 question. Then continental drift. Here we have 2 questions. Okay. Then isostasy. We have just 1 question. After isostasy, we have plate tectonics. Plate tectonics have 3 questions in last 15 years, and these 3 questions, 2 questions were recently asked. Then we have recent views on mountain building. Which have 3 questions. Okay, and in these 3 questions, the 3 questions were asked recently, that is 2022 and 2024. Then we have volcanism. Under volcanism, there are 2 questions asked. They were asked in 2017 and 2019. Then we have earthquake and tsunami. Just 1 question is asked in last 15 years, and that was in 2019. Then we have another very important topic, that is concept of geomorphic cycle and landscape development. Now, this becomes one of the major topic, one of the most important topic of geography, geomorphology and geography optional, where we will see that 12 questions have been asked in last 15 years. So we will see here that almost every year there have been questions from this geomorphic cycles and landscape development. So this becomes one of the major topic for us. Then we have denudation chronology, having just 1 question in 15 years. Then channel morphology, having 4 questions, which also becomes quite important topic for us in last 15 years. Then we have erosion surfaces, 2 questions. Okay. Then we have applied geomorphology, which also have around just 1 question in last 15 years. So here we can see that channel morphology, geomorphic cycles and landscape development, recent views on mountain building. Then we have factors controlling landform development, which are consistently asked in paper. Okay, but we have certain fixed questions which are asked every year. Okay, question number 1 and question number 5. So here we see that question number 1 and question number 5, they majorly consist of physical geography question. Okay, from question number 1, I will say that. Therefore, we have a vast area that has to be covered for writing answers. But yes, when we talk about the concepts, when we talk about the analysis, we will be discussing in quite detail the factors that control the landform development, the factors which are important for geomorphic cycles. Okay, for example, Davis, then we have Penck, then we have King, then we have Morisawa, then we have G.K. Gilbert, J.P. Hack, then S.S. Shum, then we have King. Okay, so all of these theories they will be discussed in quite detail and how they have helped in the development of geomorphology as a subject. Okay, so this will be seen in this part here. Then, secondly, we move for the climatology. Climatology combinedly, we see that it had seen almost around 14 questions in last 15 years. Okay, 14 questions. Okay, 14 questions is a good question number. Okay, so here we'll be seeing that there are certain distribution of the topics has been done here. For example, number one, temperature and pressure belt. For temperature and pressure belt, we have three questions. Okay, three questions is a good number of questions. For heat budget, surprisingly, there was zero question. For heat budget, there was surprisingly zero question. Then for atmospheric circulation, okay, there were two questions. Then we have atmospheric stability and instability. There are two questions. Okay, and these two questions they have been recently asked. Now, after this, we have planetary and local winds. I will write here winds. So under the winds, we will see that there are four questions. So four questions makes wind an important topic for this climatology part. After wind, we have monsoon and jet stream. Under the monsoon and jet stream, we will see that in last 15 years, three questions have been asked. Okay, but monsoons are quite important. Okay, this is paper one. Therefore, the questions asked here they are less. But when we will go to paper two, it is quite high. Therefore, this part it is important from the perception of paper two. Now, when we move forward after monsoon and jet stream, we have air masses and air fronts. Under the air masses and air fronts, we will see that three questions have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, but we will see that this three questions have been recently asked. That is 2024, 2022, and 2021. So this makes this air masses as a contemporary nature topic. Okay, then we have next topic here as temperate and tropical cyclone. Under the temperate and tropical cyclone, in last 15 years, there have been six questions been asked, which makes this temperate and tropical cyclone a very important topic. Okay, where the questions on temperate cyclone, tropical cyclone, their nature, okay, their distribution over the world, their nature of conditions, the nature of formation, okay, the conditions inside the tropical cyclone, the conditions of different stages of temperate cyclones, they have been asked the weather conditions associated with them. It has been asked in a very uh, detailed manner. Okay, so this becomes an important part for us. Then after this cyclone part, we have another topic that is types and distribution of precipitation, where the formation of rainfall, okay, the various questions are asked from that part. But here we will see that only one questions have been asked here, and that too was also in 2018, 2000 2021. Okay. Next we have weather and climate. Under the weather and climate, we'll see that one question was asked and this question was also asked in 2012. So this is a quite, we can say, not very important topic, but just we need to know about it. And nextly we have climatic classification. Climatic classification, it becomes quite important topic for us because from this topic, 5 questions have been asked in the last 15 years, okay, to 2024, 2019, 2018, and 2 questions have been asked simultaneously in 2015. Okay, so this becomes a very important topic. Okay, where Köppen and moisture index, evapotranspiration, okay, which has been given by the Thornwick. Okay, so it is quite important for us to understand and write answers about that. Then next we have hydrological cycle. Under hydrological cycle, only one question have been asked, and it was a simple question. Then we have climate change. Under climate change, from the optional perspective paper 1, we have 2 questions have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, so this is also an important topic because we need to apply a lot of things from the climatology and climate change. The concepts have to be applied on this part. Okay, so this is one of the important area. Then we have applied climatology. Applied climatology and urban climate. Under paper 1, we will see that here 2 questions have been asked in last 15 years. But these 2 questions have been quite recent. For example, in 2022 and 2019, these 2 questions were asked. Therefore, this becomes an important area which can be asked in next very recent times. Now, next comes the area of unit 3, that is oceanography. Under oceanography, we'll be seeing that there are various questions have been asked. For example, bottom topography of various oceans. Here we'll be seeing that almost 5 questions have been asked, making it a important area. Okay, so questions will be saying that Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and Atlantic Ocean. From all the oceans, the questions have been asked. Then next we have temperature and salinity. Here 2 questions have been asked and these 2 questions were asked in 2011. After this, we have not seen any question on temperature and salinity directly being asked in recent times. Okay, but still the concepts are important here. The next is heat and salt budget. Heat and salt budget of ocean. 0 question have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, so this is not a very important topic, but we just need to know certain things about heat and salt budget. Then after this, we have ocean deposits. As we are seeing that ocean deposits, there are various, we can say, resources. So there are certain things which are being seen, which are being overlapping under the ocean deposits and ocean resources. So I have classified here one question under the ocean deposit, which has been directly asked. Then under number 5, I will be saying that we have wave currents and tides. Waves, currents, and tides, here will be saying that we have almost 7 questions, making it as one of the very important topic. Various theories on the development of waves, theories on the development of currents, theories on the development of tides. Along with this, the nature of waves, the nature of currents, the nature of tides, along with their contemporary relevance. Thus, it becomes one of the important topic for oceanography. Then, after this, we have marine resources. Under the marine resources, we'll be seeing that we have a lot of questions. For example, 6 questions have been asked in last 15 years, making it one of the most important topic for oceanography. Okay. After marine resources, we have coral reefs and coral bleaching. Coral bleaching will be seen here that it is almost around 6 questions which have been asked in last 15 years, also making it a very important topic. Okay. Then after this, we have sea level changes. Under the sea level changes, we'll be seeing that there have been 3 questions being asked, but these 3 questions they have been asked in the recent times. For example, it was 2024, 2021, and 2018. Therefore, this becomes quite important with respect to contemporary times. After this, we have law of the sea and marine pollution. Under the law of the sea and the marine pollution, we have 3 questions being asked. And these 3 questions, the most recent one was 2021, and before that it was 2014 and 2016. So yes, we should know about it. We should know about its practicality, but we also need to know that what are the laws, what are the changing laws. For example, International Seabed Authority, how it is working, how India is involved, how the world is involved here. We should also know about this part here. Okay, so this completes our part of oceanography. Then we have unit 4, that is biogeography. Under biogeography, we have soil and the distribution of plants and animals. So overall, when we see about the biogeography, then we have total 8 questions. Okay, under oceanography, we have not written. There have been total nine, sorry, 9 themes are here. And under this, we have 8 themes, not 8 questions. Okay, 8 themes are present here. So first theme here we have with respect to biogeography, that is soil genesis. Under soil genesis, we see that we expect that a lot of number of questions might have been asked, but 0 questions have been asked in last 15 years. Then comes the part of classification and distribution of soil. Under the classification and distribution of soil, 3 questions have been asked, and these 3 questions have been 2015, 2017, and 2018. Okay, so we see that it is quite contemporary. Okay, we need to see a long-term development with respect to classification and distribution of soil, where we'll be working on questions with respect to Dukashev, then Mabut classification, USJ classification, and the various classification of soils. For example, alphisols, aridisols, vertisols. Okay, then we have Marbot one, zonal soil, intermediate soils. So those part will be discussed here. After this, we have soil profile. Okay, so under soil profile, we'll be saying that we have 3 questions have been asked here. But out of these 3 questions, 2 questions have been asked recently. For example, 2022 and 2024. Okay, so 2022 and 2023. It has been quite recently asked. Therefore, this becomes an important area for us to understand that what are different soils and what can be their profiles. For example, what is the profile of aridisols, what is the profile of vertisol, what is the profile of Chernozem soil, what is the profile of alluvial soil, what is the profile of volcanic soil. So this thing we have to understand in the soil profile area. Then next we have soil erosion and degradation and conservation. Erosion, degradation and conservation. Under this we'll be seeing that we have very high questions in recent times, that is 4. And these 4 questions will be seeing that it is 20, 24, 23, 21 and 2019. Therefore, this becomes very important topic for us to discuss in our classes. Okay. Then next we have factors influencing world distribution of plant and animals. World distribution of plants and animals. Under this, we'll be seeing that a lot of number of questions have been asked from 2010 to 2016, which is almost around 5 questions asked every year. But after that, we haven't seen any single question from this area. Therefore, chances are there that a question can be asked from this topic. But similarly, the question, if it is not asked, therefore we need to have a balanced approach for this topic. Then, next topic we have problems of deforestation and afforestation. Problems of deforestation. Here we'll be seeing that 2 questions have been asked, and these 2 questions have been asked in a single year of 2020. After this, no question have been asked, and before that, for 15 or we can say 10 years, no question have been asked there. Now, next topic here we have, that is social forestry and agroforestry. Two extreme years we will see that the question is asked from this area. In 2007, one question was asked. In 2024, another question was asked. So 2 questions, 2007 and 2024. After this, next topic here we have wildlife. Wildlife is a very important topic in biogeography. Under the wildlife, we'll be saying that we have total 6 questions, making it very important topic here. Okay, the questions have been asked in 2024, 2020, 2017, 2020, 2014, 2013, and 2010. Therefore, wildlife become an important topic for us to discuss. Then we have major gene pool centers. Gene pool centers. Here we see that 2 questions have been asked, that is 2019 and 2021. Okay, so the frequency of question from gene pool center is quite low, but we need to have a very good knowledge about gene pool centers, and we need to have a discussion on the concepts of Pavlov, what he has given, how he has approached for the gene pool centers, and basically domestication of plants and animals and their genes here. So this completes our part of biogeography. Then next we have the part of environmental geography. Okay. Under environmental geography, we'll be seeing that we have number of themes which is equivalent to 10 themes. Okay. Under the 10 themes, we have the first theme here, that is the principle of ecology. We will see that under the principle of ecology, we have three questions being asked here, and which are 2015, 2019, and 2022. Okay, so this is actually entire environmental geography is a very important topic. A lot of number of questions are asked every year, ranging from 3 to 7 to 8 questions every year. So we will be giving a very high emphasis on environmental geography and the questions related to it. We will be working a lot of part under the various cases, case studies, the various phenomena taking place over the world, okay, environmental issues which are taking place over the world. We'll be giving a very high emphasis on environmental geography also. Then next topic here we have human ecological adaptation. Under the human ecological adaptation, we will see that we have three questions being asked, okay, but it is quite recent, that is 2020, 2021, and one question on 2015. Then third topic here we have influence of man on ecology. Okay, so influence of man on ecology. Here we have total four questions. Out of this, two questions have been asked in 2023, which is quite surprising. Okay, two questions were directly asked in 2023, another in 2016 and 2018. Now, next topic here we have global and regional ecological changes. Under the global and regional ecological changes, we see that three questions are asked here, and these three year are 2022, 2023, and 2024, making this topic as one of the important topic which can come next year also. Next is ecosystem and their management. Under the ecosystem and their management, we have almost seven questions being asked. But the last year was 2017 when a question was asked from this topic. So there are very high chances that the question can ask next year from this year from ecosystem and their management. Then we have environmental degradation, management and conservation. Environmental degradation, management and conservation. From this area, we will see that a lot number of questions are asked. It is almost around 8 questions, making it one of the very important topic. Okay, 2024, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So all the years there were questions from this area. Okay, next topic is we have biodiversity and sustainable development. Under the biodiversity and sustainable development, we have four questions which have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, so when we talk about this four questions, it have been reached in midway from 2019 to 2040. Okay, next we have environmental policy. When we talk about environmental policy, we have three questions. Okay, Three questions 2024, 2021, and 2012. So we can say that two questions have been recently asked from this particular topic. Now, next we have environmental hazards and remedial measures. Under the environmental hazards, we will see that a lot number of questions are asked, okay, from 2016, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 2008. So therefore, we see that we have total 8 questions been asked from this particular topic, making it one of the most important topic for us to study. Then we have environmental education and legislation. Under the environmental education and legislation, we have almost 3 questions which were asked in the mid years, that is 2013, 2015, and 2018. 15, 13, and 18, the questions were asked from this topic. Okay. Now, next comes the part of human geography. Okay, so what we see here that we have done an analysis, and this analysis is very scientific in nature. Therefore, the development of 500 questions which will be done, they are also done on a very scientific nature. Okay, so recent themes are identified, the number of questions, the nature of questions are identified, and this question pattern we are following for the development of this complete program. Okay, okay, Priti.
Okay, sir. Hello.
Unit 6 we have perspectives in human geography. Under the perspectives in human geography, this is quite, you will see that it is very surprising. First, we'll be starting with areal differentiation. Areal differentiation, we have 4 questions. Okay, so here we see that there is a regional approach. What we see that which becomes a major theme here. So, question 2010, 2016, 18, and 2023. 4 questions have been asked in last 15 years from this part. Now, when we look at the next topic, that is regional synthesis. Under the regional synthesis, we have 2 questions. Okay, so 2 questions. One was around 2004 or 5, and another is 2015. So 2 questions are asked from this part. So this is an old pattern. Now, number 3, dichotomy and dualism. Now, from this dichotomy and dualism, we have total 4 questions. But these 4 questions, the last question was asked in 2018. After this, it is not asked yet. But it has quite high chances because in the contemporary time, we are seeing that the dichotomy and dualism, it is increasing in almost everything, in almost every field of research. Therefore, dichotomy and dualism, an important part for us. Next is environmentalism. Under environmentalism, we have 4 questions being asked, okay, directly in environmentalism. But recently, we have not seen a direct question being asked under environmentalism right now. Last question, we will see that it was 2018. So we need to have a very high knowledge of environmentalism because it is quite important for us. Any question can be asked from this topic. Then we have quantitative and revolution and locational analysis. So from this topic, we'll be seeing that a lot number of questions are asked. It is 6 questions. We will see that 2022, 2024, 2018, 2016, 2011, 2000, we'll see that 2009. So these are questions which are spread throughout the years of paper pattern. So this becomes an important part, that is quantitative revolution and locational analysis. Then comes the next part, that is radical behavioral and human and welfare approaches. So under this part, we'll be seeing that we have lot number of questions. We have total 10 number of questions which are spread throughout the paper system. Starting, we will see that we have from 2004, 5, 11, 2014 two question, 15 one question, 17 one question, 18 two question, 21 one question, 24 another question. 10 number of questions, okay, making it one of the most important topic in this perspectives in human geography. Then next topic here we have, that is languages, religions and secularization. Under this part we'll be seeing that we have almost 6 questions which have been asked here. What can we see that almost every year 2 questions are asked in single year. Okay, for example, religion and secularization, or religion and tribal religion or tribal area. Okay, then the languages. Okay, then the basis of languages. So this has been asked. 2 questions are asked. The trend is here. 2 questions are asked in a single year. Then next here we have the cultural regions of the world. Under the cultural regions, we see that we have 4 questions, and these 4 questions they were asked in 2015. Okay, so 9, 10, 14, 15. After this question is not asked, but there are quite high chances that question can be asked in this paper. Okay, now next is Human Development Index. Under Human Development Index, we have total 4 questions. Okay, for these 4 questions, we see that 2010, 2013, 2019, and 20. So therefore, this question, this topic, it is evenly spread throughout the part. Therefore, we need to have a good emphasis on this area. Then, after this, we have next unit, that is economic geography. Under the economic geography, we'll be seeing that the first part here, the world economic development. Under the world economic development, okay, we have 2 questions which have been asked here. One is 2005 and another is 2020. So 2 questions have been asked on this particular area. Next is world resources and their distribution. World resources and their distribution. We have a very high variability. In 2012, one question was asked. 2013, three questions were asked. 2014, two questions was asked. 2024, recently one question was asked. Therefore, we see here that we have 7 questions have been asked from this particular topic, making it an important topic for us for the future studies. Then, next is energy crisis. Under energy crisis, we'll be saying that we have 4 questions which were asked in 2015, 17, 20, and 21. Then, next topic is limits to growth. Limits to growth provided towards both the end. Okay, so here we see that starting from 2005 and 2024, we have total 4 questions and 2 questions in between 2011 and 2017. So there is a widespread of this question from limits to growth topic. Next here we have world agriculture and typology of agricultural regions. Under the world agriculture, a similar trend is seen here. 4 questions have been asked: 2024, 2017, then 2011, and 2006. Then next we have agricultural inputs and productivity. Okay, agricultural inputs and productivity. So here we see that we have total 4 questions. Okay, 2013, 14, and 2020 and 21. Now, next here we have food and nutrition problems. Under the food and nutrition problems, we have 2 questions have been asked. So one is 2019 and another is 2023. So this becomes a recent topic which have been rising. So we need to have a very high emphasis with respect to food and nutrition. For example, we need to have a idea of Malthus theory. Okay, we need to know the Copernicus model views. Then we need to know the Gyanism. Okay, then we need to know the various laws. For example, Food Security Act. Then we need to have knowledge of the World Food Forum. Okay, so the Food and Agricultural Organization. Then we need to know the various technocentric approaches, the managers approaches. Okay, then deep ecology. Then we have shallow ecology. All these concepts we need to know here for answering the question of food and nutritional problems. Then next topic here we have famines. Famines will be seeing that there are almost 5 questions have been asked, and they start from 2010, 12, 2015, 2018, and 2022. So these questions we will see that they are quite consistently asked by UPSC in exam. So famine they causes, okay, climatic causes different types of droughts, okay, meteorological drought, ecological drought, hydrological drought. We need to have ideas about them. We need to know the areas where these droughts are taking place. So in the form of case studies, we need to explain what are the climatological factors, what are the geomorphological factors, what are the soil factors. We need to provide a very good insight on this part. Okay, after famines, we have next part, that is the world location of industries. The world location of industry is one of the favorite topic of UPSC geography optional. So here we see that we have 6 questions which have been asked consistently. So under this 6 question, 2024, 2020, 2 questions in 2019, 2018, 1 question, and 2012, 1 question. Okay, making it an important area for UPSC exam. Then next topic here we have patterns of world trade. Under the patterns of world trade, we have just four questions. Okay, but looking at these four questions, we have uh, two questions asked in 2022, okay, 2016, 2013. Okay, so therefore making this also an important area because two questions can be asked any year. Okay, next topic we have population and settlement geography. Under the population and settlement geography, we have various areas here. For example, growth and distribution of world population. Okay, growth and distribution of world population. Here we have six questions. Okay, and these six questions all are recent questions. So we need to work on this aspect in a very depth manner. Okay, then we have demographic attributes. Under demographic attributes, we'll be saying that we have six questions again. Okay, but they are widely distributed from 2005 to 2023. Okay, so this also becomes an important area for us for exam. Then causes and consequences of migration. Migration is one of the important topic for UPSC exam. Okay, so here we'll be seeing that we have almost one question every year. So nine questions have been asked from the migration topic, making it very important part. Okay, 2016, 2000 and we can say 17, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, two questions in 2012. Okay, so migration becomes an important topic for us. Then concepts of over, under, and optimum population. Over, under, and optimum population. So when we look at this part here, we have just two questions, and these two questions were also 2005 and 2010. Now, next important topic here we have population theories. Population theories, that is Marxian theory, Malthusian theory, and demographic transition theory. So when we look at this part, we have six questions been asked, which are evenly spread, sometimes asked in demographic transition, sometimes asked from Malthusian perspective, sometimes asked from Marxian perspective. Okay, so quite important topic here. Then we have social well-being and quality of life. Social well-being and quality of life. Here, two questions have been asked in 2018 and 17. Now, next we have population as social capital. Population as social capital. Here, one question have been asked, and this question have been asked in 2017. Therefore, we need to know the concept of this part because it can be asked in next year examination. Then we switch to the part of the settlements. So first we have the rural settlement. Under rural settlement, we'll be saying that we have just one question which was asked in 2022. Uh, just give me a second. Rural settlement. Yeah. Types and patterns of rural settlement. There are two questions are asked. Pardon me, two questions are asked. One in 2012 and another in 2016. Then environmental issues in rural settlement. Okay, environmental issues in rural settlement. Here we have just one question which was asked in 2023. Therefore, quite important for us now. Now, next topic is hierarchy of urban settlement. Hierarchy of urban settlement. Here we see that zero question have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, so we need to have a thought about this part. We need to have discussion over it, but we need to see that how relevant it is right now. Then we have urban morphology. Under urban morphology, we have four questions, which is widely distributed. Okay, 2005, 2024, two question in 13 and 14. Then next topic here we have the primate city and rank size rule. Okay, Mark Jefferson and GKZ. Here we'll be seeing that under this part there are total 5 questions have been asked. A lot number of questions were asked previously, but 2006 one question, 2012 one question, and 2022 one question. Then next topic here we have uh, functional classification of towns. Under the functional classification of towns, we'll be seeing that we have a total 4 questions are being asked from this topic. Okay, 2021, 2022, important part, 15, then 2007. Then urban sphere of influence. Okay, and urban sphere of influence. Here we'll be seeing that there are 2 questions which were asked in 2005 and before and 2014. Then next topic here we have rural urban fringe. Okay, rural urban fringe. Here we see that we have 3 questions are asked, one in 2023, one in 2013, 10 years before, and 2007, 6 years before. Okay. Next topic here we have satellite towns. Under the satellite towns, we'll be seeing that we have one question here. Okay, which was also asked in 2009. Okay, so there are chances that the question can be asked in future or it can not be asked. Now, next topic here we have sustainable development of cities. Sorry, we have problems and remedies of urbanization. Problems of urbanization. Under the problems of urbanization, we have total 3 questions. These 3 questions, they are recently asked. All these 3 questions, they are recently asked. For example, we have 2024, 2021, and 2018. Therefore, this becomes quite important for us to study. Now, next topic is sustainable development of cities, which have 2 questions. Okay. Now, this is quite, we can say, to 2022 one question and 2009 one question. Okay, so we need to know the concept of sustainable development and how it can be applied in urbanization and urban planning. Now, next unit comes here, unit 9, which is on regional planning. So under the regional planning, we'll be saying that we have concept of region. Under the concept of region, we see that we have just 2 questions. One quiz asked in 2023, and before that it was asked in 2006. Then we have types of region, types of regions. So here also we have quite good number of questions. We have total 7 number of questions, therefore making it an important part. Also, it includes the methods of regionalization. Then the next important topic we have growth pools and growth centers. Okay, growth pool and growth centers will be seeing that it have just two questions which are directly asked in UPSC exam. But this question or this topic is quite important because it has high applicability in paper 1 as well as paper 2 with respect to the development and planning of certain regions. Now, next we have regional imbalances. Under the regional imbalances, we have four questions which have been recently asked 21, 22, and 15 and 17. Next topic is regional development strategies. Regional development strategies. Okay. Under this, we'll be seeing that we have a lot number of questions. We have 22, 23, 24, 14, 15, 16, and 10 and 11. So here we see that we have total 8 questions, making it one of the most important topic for regional development. Now, next topic we have here environmental issues in regional planning. Environmental issues in regional planning. Here we have total 5 questions in last 15, 18 years. So 2007, 2011, 2013. Then we have 2021. There are 2 questions from this part. Okay, so making it an important part. Now, next is planning for sustainable development. Here we have total 5 questions 2007, 11, 13, 17, and 20. Okay, so this is also an important area. This is also an important area for environmental for the regional planning part here. Okay, then we have models, theories, laws, and models, theories, and laws. So here we see that we have unit 10. Okay, models, theories, and laws. So here we see that we have the first topic here, that is systems analysis. Systems analysis, we have total 3 questions. Okay, 2011, 2014, 2017. Okay, after this, next topic here we have the Malthusian, Marxian, and the demographic theories. Demographic transition theory. When we look at this part here, we see that we have total number of 5 questions which have been asked in last 15 years. Okay, ranging between 12, 2015, 2018, 2020, and 2023, making it a very important part. Okay, next we have central place theory of Christaller and Losch. Christaller and Losch, quite important part here because it is consisting of 6 questions, making it one of the important part. Actually, this section, model theory and law, it is the foundation along with the perspective. Therefore, every topic here, it is a very important topic for the understanding of geography as a subject. Okay. Next is Perox and Bodivilli. Okay, they are also the people who have provided the growth pool theory. Okay, and growth center. So this is Perox and Bodivilli. Okay, so here we see that we have almost 2 questions have been asked from this part here. Okay, quite old question 18 and 2010, but quite important. Then next we have Von Thunen model of agricultural location. Von Thunen model, we see that this is quite important for the UPSC examination because four questions have been asked directly here, okay, from this particular model in last 15 years. Then we have Weber model, okay. Weber model, it is also consisting of four questions, okay. Four questions we will see that 2021, 2016, and two questions asked in 2011. Therefore, quite important it is here. Then we have Rostov's model. Rostov's model, okay, this is also four questions have been asked in last 15 years, okay, but recently it is asked. Now, number 8 we have Heartland and Dreamland theory. So under the Heartland and Dreamland theory, we'll be seeing that here also we have total five questions, but out of these five questions, most of the questions they are asked in recent examination. For example, 2024, 2020, 19, 17. Okay. So these are the questions which are asked in recent times, making it quite important. Then next we have laws of international boundaries and frontiers. Boundaries and frontiers. Under the boundaries and frontiers, we'll be saying that we have recently asked question in series 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so 5, 7, 8, 9. Total 9 questions are asked. Before that, we have 2011, 2014, 16, 2 questions, okay, and 5 questions from 19 to 23, making it one of the most important topics here. Okay, so we see that these are the topics for paper 1. Okay, paper 2 I will be discussing when I will be starting paper 2. So we can see here that we have a proper understanding of questions which have come from different areas, and we will be focusing on the questions and topics likewise. Okay, it is not like we will be giving high emphasis on questions which are not important. Yes, we will be giving very equal emphasis on the topics which are important, but according to the pattern which we have formed here, we will be looking at the various topics and we will be discussing them in detail. We'll be looking at the various aspects, and we will be making sure that you do not miss anything from this particular examination preparation. Okay, so this is the analysis which we have seen for paper 1. Okay, paper 2, when I will be starting, I think it will be almost around 30 days. So 30, 31 days, I'll be starting paper 2. So I'll be start discussing that at that particular time period. So here what I will be doing that I'll be taking any particular question and I'll be discussing it in quite detail. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll come back. Be online.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so coming back to our part now, what we'll be doing here, we'll be starting with the discussion of our first question. So we have a format which I have designed for the development of this part here. So what I will be doing here, I will be giving you a question, and on the basis of this question, you will be having almost 7 minutes. Uh, we'll say 5 to 7 minutes. Okay, then you can think over it, you can structure it, you can write an answer. Okay, you have to include certain models, theories, laws, perspective in writing that particular question and answer. And after that, uh, you have to message me that yes, you have written. Then I'll be discussing that particular answer with you, that what you have written and what should be there in the answer. Okay, so we can discuss this over this. You can share your screen also. Okay, and if not, then you can just tell me what you have written and I can guide you about it in live part. Okay, so we'll be writing this answer session in live. Okay, ready, Priti? Are you ready? You have not written answer. Not an issue. You can start from today at least, and that to live. So if you will share it in the evening, okay, you share it in the evening, but at least you can try and write now at least. Because writing now, it will serve the purpose. It will actually help you to think, analyze in the real time manner. It will boost your confidence and it will help you to develop this answer writing. This is the major part, that it will push you to write answers in real time. Okay,
Okay, sir.
we will take a simple question in the first part. Okay, we'll not take very difficult question for today, just taking simple question. Okay, so number one, the question is, discuss the role of plate tectonics in landform development. Now, this is a simple question. This is for 10 marks, 150 words. Just try and think over this topic. Take 5 minutes. Okay. And after 5 minutes, we will be discussing this question here, that what you have written, and I will tell you that what can be written here further. Okay. But here, just understand we have one keyword, that is tectonics, plate tectonics, and another keyword as landform development. So you have to take note on all these two aspects here. Okay, we can start writing.
Okay, sir.
Hello. Okay, Priti, are you done?
A few minutes.
Priti, are you done?
So I'm writing it just few minutes more.
Please speak again.
Sir, I require just 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Take your time.
Okay, sir.
Okay. But do right, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, Priti.
Um, Sir, I have written, but I have written it very roughly. So can I explain? Can I orally
Yeah,
explain to?
you. You say I will write here. What are your points?
What, sir?
You start saying I will write your points. Okay. Then what we
Okay,
need
sir.
to include, I will write those also.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have introduced it with the plate tectonics theory introduction.
Okay. Have you written
Mackenzie,
the
I have
names of,
written the name of the geographist who gave this theory,
okay, who are they?
Mackenzie and Parker.
Okay.
And then I have I have structured the intro with the questions that I have written, how it plays a fundamental role in shaping Earth's landform by driving the movement and interactions of lithospheric plates.
Okay.
Then I have also written about it combines the theories and concepts of the continental drift and seafloor spreading theory
Okay.
to understand the Earth's dynamic process.
Okay.
Then I have mentioned uh, the divergent plate boundaries in the body, convergent plate boundaries, and transform plate boundaries, and the landforms associated with these movements.
Okay. What landforms you have associated here?
Sir, in divergent plate boundaries, the mid-oceanic ridges, rift valleys, and volcanic islands are formed.
Okay.
In convergent ocean, ocean and continent subduction, deep sea trenches.
Okay.
In ocean convergence form island arc.
Okay.
In continent convergence, fold mountains.
Okay.
And then transform plate boundaries.
Okay.
Uh, Sir, I gave the example of San Andreas fault strike slip faults.
Okay.
Then I conclude the theory.
Okay. Just give me a minute. That's my point. San Andreas. Then conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was the basic part where we see that we have a development of landform which have been seen here. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
what we will try to look at this point that plate tectonics, it has been given what we can include here. I will write in this part. So plate tectonics theory, we can also include Morgan, okay, Mackenzie, Parker, plus Wilson, Tuzo Wilson, who has given the name the plate tectonic. Okay. Next part,
O-
what we see that we talk about the landforms. Okay, so various landforms which are associated, we have already described here. Okay, so with the
Okay, sir.
interaction of lithospheric plate and interaction, we will see that various landforms are associated here, and we will name two or three landforms in this part. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay. Now, for the landform identification, what we will do here, we will try to take a, a fundamental part with respect to the development of landform which have been provided by Davis, Tank, King, okay, which are forming part of, we can say, cyclic school. Now, here we will try to interlink plate tectonics and landform development with respect to the rising of the landform, exogenetic forces, sorry, endogenetic forces, then exogenetic forces which are trying to bring denude them. We will try to just make an interlink of this part here. Okay, and the various Now landforms which are associated with this particular effect, we will say that we have mountains, which we have covered in this part. Okay, we have valleys, we have trenches, which we have already covered. So we will make a very brief interlink between the landform concept and the concept of the plate tectonic. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when we do this two exercise here, we are able to include the exogenetic forces. Okay. With the help of the exogenetic forces, we are able to form the landforms and the different landforms which can be present here. Now, in the next part, what we will do here, you have explained quite very well in this part, the various type of plate movement and their interaction and the various examples, the various landforms are done here. What you have written in conclusion, can I know that?
Yes, sir. Sir, plate tectonics provides a comprehensive explanation for the formation of Earth's major landforms, from
Okay,
the uplift of the Himalayas to the rifting of East Africa. These processes illustrate the dynamic nature of the lithosphere.
okay, okay,
Uh, so this theory is essential for geomorphology, hazard management, and resource exploration, making it a cornerstone of physical geography.
okay.
And that's
Now,
it.
your conclusion is quite good. In the conclusion, we can also add certain part here. Okay, in the conclusion, we can just add here with respect to uh, the previous landforms which have been present. Actually, plate tectonic theory, it helps in understanding the past structures, present structure, and the future structure. Okay, so here we can say one thing. There is a very famous quote which was given that the landforms are what was that quote? There was a quote with respect to structure, process, and time one. Okay, which was provided by Davis. So in this part, what we see here that the similar kind of situation is happening here with respect to the formation of we are able to predict the past landforms, we are able to analyze the present landforms, and we are able to predict the future landforms. Okay, for example, rifting of the East African Valley, okay, which gives us an insight for now. We will see here that the majority of the landforms either they are associated with volcanoes, okay, or they are associated with earthquakes, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we can add one part of here that it also helps us in understanding the landforms and the prediction of the volcanoes and earthquakes in future. So this is one of the part where we can end our part. So it will basically help us in analyzing uh, the part which can occur in future. Okay, so this is the major part which was being given. Okay, we can as per the question is not very demanding in this part. Okay, but we can include various other things. For example, there is concept of uniformitarianism. Okay, then various landforms, coastal landforms. Then there is a accretionary wedge also. Okay, so we can have a lot of things discussed here. But what you have written, what you have discussed, it is quite good. But I want your answer. Okay, you just send me your answer so we can analyze and we can discuss over it again. Okay.
Okay, sir. I will
So
send
we,
it by evening.
yeah, you can do it now. what we have seen here, that when we do a live answer practice, so we are able to understand, interpret, okay, we can think about the various examples, so it gives us a very good environment where we can write answers and understand the various things. Now this is the initial part, but as we will go further, it will, the questions, they will become quite more contemporary in nature, okay, for the recent time. So it will actually help you to understand the topics and the nature of questions which are asked by UPSC for geography optional. Okay, Priti?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any doubts or queries you need to address?
नो सर। तो आई वाज सेइंग कि आप जो आंसर्स मतलब क्वेश्चंस करवाओगे,
Hmm.
तो एक दिन पहले आप टॉपिक सेंड कर दोगे ग्रुप पे सो दैट आई
Well,
कैन
well,
रिवाइज।
I will be giving you complete schedule for 67 days, that in this particular day we'll be discussing this topics.
ओके सर।
Okay, so I will share this by today evening. Okay, so we can work on that part.
So this session is a part of the Telegram free initiative, or for this I have to purchase the MentorQuest.
Actually, MentorQuest is a paid program. So here we will be having live question answer writing. But the daily mains answer writing, it is a free initiative. It will be done in the Telegram. So there you will write answer and you will just post it in the group and I will just discuss it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this one is, you can visit our website also. So there we have information on MentorQuest. So you will be having certain test series is included in this part. Okay, I have not specified it separately. 12 tests are included, so you can appear for them also. Every week there will be test. Okay, so mentorship will be present and case studies will be included. You will get case studies also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Prati?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so see you tomorrow. Okay, we'll be having sessions at same time. So
Okay,
take
sir.
care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.